Hello and welcome back to Weihrauch Guns. Today we've got this wonderful Weihrauch HW110KT laminate. We're going to be doing a tabletop review, looking at some of the features, and then we're going to be doing the accuracy tests a bit later on. So, my experience with Weihrauch is reasonably limited to the HW97. A friend of mine had one when we used to do a lot of field target shooting, and you know, it definitely kept up against my TX200. Yeah, it was a good gun, so I'll be interested to see what their pneumatic offerings can do. Now, Weihrauch, made in Germany, imported to the UK through Hull Cartridges. I was shocked to find out their warranty is only 1 year, when a lot of their competitors are now up to 2 and 3 years in some cases. So perhaps something they need to work on and have a look at that. But saying that, straight out the box, this feels like a quality gun. The stock is fantastic, and the lines and the design, they're just breaking away from tradition and giving a new, a more modern look to it. So, yeah, it looks really good. Before we start, we've got to thank the guys over at Shooting Sports UK for supplying the gun that we're going to be reviewing today. If you're in the market for a new rifle, shotgun, air gun, or any accessories, give them a shout. The link's in the description. Now let's get on the bench and have a closer look. So this model is the grey laminate stock version of the HW110K. It's also available in walnut, and there are options for more traditional stocks as well. It's available like this in 177 caliber or in 22, as well as in a special order in 20 caliber. It's lightweight, coming in at just 2.7 kilos, with an overall length of 34 inches. That includes a silencer, and a barrel length of 12 inches. Starting at the back, we have a black rubber pad, which is nice and grippy, and then some plastic spaces between the pad and the stock. Now, I'm not a massive fan of laminates, but this does look pretty good, and the finish is nice. There's a small W detail there, laser etched, and the overall feel of the stock and the shape is very modern. Yeah, it looks good. The comb is raised just to bring your eye in line with any optics, and the whole thing is ambidextrous, so it's comfortable for anyone to shoot, left or right handed. What I will say is, bottom of this pistol grip, it just feels a bit chunky, but yeah, you can definitely live with it. It's laser checkered. It's a little bit plain, but it absolutely does the job. Now, on this gun, most of the hardware is plastic, going from the action, the cocking lever, the trigger, safety, the scope rail, and even the trigger guard, all plastic. But not once did I feel like it wasn't quality and it was cheap. And yeah, everything, it definitely stands up. The thing I was worried about most was the trigger being plastic, but it's an absolutely fantastic match grade 2-stage trigger. And holds up to any of the competition. The cocking lever's here, and it's nice and smooth, but what isn't smooth is putting the magazine in and out. To do that, you need to move the cocking lever back, push the magazine release up, and push it from that side, and as you can see, it's just not very smooth, and it doesn't give a positive lock when it's in there. So we push that in, push that down, wiggle it to get it indexed, and then it'll load. It just doesn't feel great. But in contrast to that, the magazines themselves are very good. In fact, you get 2 of them, and they are of a very similar, simple design, but they're really good, and there's not much going on there because all the indexing system is built into the gun. The safety catch is in an interesting location, and it's not operable by the your normal trigger hand, and it needs to be worked by the offhand, which is okay in of itself if it wasn't for the noise of the thing. Now, how bad that comes through on the microphone, but if you're not thinking and you knock that off quickly, that's going to scare your quarry away. So a bit of thought, and you know, you have to really focus to keep that quiet. Moulded on the top of the action is a 20mm rail for your optics, and then below here there's another section of 20mm rail that you can put a light on or a bipod. The cylinder is fitted with a pressure gauge at one end. Now, a lot of people don't like this because they say you have to turn the gun round to point it yourself to check it, but in reality, just point the gun up and give it a quick glance, and you don't have to point the gun at your head to be able to read what it says. Now, I haven't managed to empty this yet, but Weihrauch say you can get 50 shots capacity in 177 and 75 shots in 22. Real world, it's probably a bit less than that, but probably not that much. This gun comes complete with this silencer, and it really does a fantastic job of really making it whisper quiet. That's it. Let's give it a shoot and see how it groups. The pellets we're using today are 177 Bisley Magnums. Okay, let's send 5 down and see how it groups. Okay, so let's have a look at the target. As you can see, everything's to the same hole, maybe a 1/4 inch group at max, but no, it's definitely a straight shooting gun, no problems there. No doubt these are absolutely fantastic rifles. Great looks, they shoot great as well, and I just want to emphasise how quiet these things are. They are whisper quiet. You know, even if you're shooting at night and you know you don't want to spook potential other quarry, yeah, this will do the job. This is really quiet. It's really impressed me. As far as other guns go, how does it compare? It's definitely a contender against the other names out there, the BSAs, the Air Arms. And if you're in the market for a nice, small, compact pest control and small game gun, give it a look, give it a consider. That's it for today. Thanks very much. Please like, subscribe, follow the social media links in the description, and we'll see you next time.